evening, everyone. As a founding member of the Canadian Aboriginal and Minority Supply Council, I want to say how proud we are at RBC to continue our support of the annual Business Achievement Awards Gala as reception sponsor. This year, it's especially meaningful as we celebrate our 15-year partnership. In this country, diversity is a fact. According to Statistics Canada, 50% of the working population is now comprised of women aged between 15 and 64, while 1 in 7 Canadians aged 15 years or older report living with a disability. Racialized individuals comprise 22% of our population, and the Canadian Aboriginal population increased by more than 20% between 2006 and 2011, compared with 5.2% for the non-Aboriginal population. The saying goes that while diversity is a fact, inclusion is a choice. But what does inclusion really mean? What does it look like in organizations? Recently, I watched the first episode of the new Netflix show, Inside Bill's Brain, which is a documentary about how Bill Gates thinks, specifically as it relates to his philanthropic endeavors, which are run through the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. Now, the man is fascinating, but frankly, I was far more interested in what was in Melinda's brain. As many of you know, one of the foundation's main areas of focus is sanitation in the developing world. And so over the course of the last 7 or 8 years, they challenged entrepreneurs, innovators, and universities to develop a self-sustaining toilet, which would cost no more than 5 cents a day to run. They've made tremendous progress. But what struck me as the power of diversity is Melinda's contribution. As Bill immersed himself in the science and economics, Melinda, a successful computer scientist and business person in her own right, talked about the need for high walls surrounding the toilet so women would feel safe and protected. She talked about the space within those walls and that they needed to accommodate women to put their babies down, their children, so that their children would feel safe and they didn't have to leave them outside. You see, you can build the best 5-cent toilet in the world, but if 50% of your population doesn't use it, you're not solving the problem. Melinda's observations and input is reflective of the lens through which she sees and experiences the world, which is fundamentally different, though equally as powerful as Bill's. Diversity is the different perspective. Inclusion is the environment we create that makes it safe to speak up. And it's created with policies and cultural norms like flexible work schedules so that dual working families can still participate in school drop-offs and pickups, something I know well as the mother of a 10-year-old. It's flexible stat holidays so that a Christian celebration is equally recognized as a Muslim or Sikh or Hindu or Aboriginal one. Or investing in technology, which transcends geography and enables working efficiently wherever and whenever team members need to work. And it's clearly messaged, dare I say, in equal pay for work of equal value. All of these are examples of the choices organizations make every day. And like many of you in the room tonight, it's a choice we at RBC make every day. If there are two things I know for sure, it is firstly that diversity and inclusion foster innovation which can tackle tough societal challenges, and secondly, that every organization's success depends on the vitality and prosperity of the communities it serves. In procurement, the RBC team I have the honor and pleasure of leading. Supplier diversity and inclusionary business practices are core to our business strategy, and they are central to our commitment to helping communities prosper. That's why our valued partnership with CAMSC is vital to who we are as an organization and informs how we interact with suppliers. So how are we doing? Well, over the last 3 years, RBC has spent over $1 billion with diverse suppliers in North America. 15% of that $1 billion has been spent with Aboriginal and minority-owned businesses. We set goals to ensure diverse suppliers have access to a fair sourcing process. And this year, we mandated standard RFP questions and assessment weightings relating to diversity, both for the actual supplier and the supplier's own value chain. We've also expanded our program into the US and the UK by partnering with local supplier diversity councils. And we sponsor events like this gala tonight, where we proudly raise our voices in support of the innovation and value Canadian Aboriginal and minority-owned businesses have created. We have not and cannot do this alone. And so I want to acknowledge and congratulate the work and impact of Cassandra and the CAMSC team. Through their tireless work and tenacity, they have certified over 500 diverse suppliers, which has opened doors and supported wealth creation for a myriad of organizations, many of which are in this room tonight. For all you have done to create shared value across communities, miigwech. Thank you.